Hey Trojans, welcome back to another episode of Trojan TV. I'm Caleb.
And I'm Ethan. Today, we are going to showcase some of the amazing staff around our school that help support us and who work hard for us each and every day with some interesting teacher profiles. And Taylor and Emma were live on the scene covering the COVID vaccine clinic where district teachers were some of the first to get vaccinated.
We also have Jordy giving us a sports update on this weekend's Super Bowl between the Chiefs and the Buccaneers in the premiere of our Trojan TV This Day in History series.
Sounds like a great show. Let's get started.
This episode of Trojan TV is sponsored by Susan Rouser State Farm Insurance, helping life go right, Cherryland Autoglass, Northern Michigan's autoglass professionals, Cool Doors, Whitewater Contracting, the science specialists, and Tandem Wealth Management, moving forward together.
To kick off our staff celebrations, let's learn a little bit more about one of the new smiling faces here at East, Ms Sheridan.
She's always so happy and cheerful, and she always makes me smile in class.
That's great to hear, but I'm not too surprised. We have some amazing teachers and staff at East, and they do a really good job making learning fun and exciting.
Exactly, Caleb. I like how she allows us to move at our own pace, and she really focuses on teamwork.
Zach and Cam had the pleasure to get a little more information about Ms Sheridan and her life beyond school.
Okay, so tell me what the board represents.
This year, we've had several new teachers. One of them is Ms Sheridan, who's an 8th grade algebra teacher. We caught up with her to learn more about her arrival to East.
So I've been in Traverse City, but different school district the last 4 years, and have gotten to know some students from East Middle School and been to events at East Middle School with some outside program, and was really excited to be a teacher here. Yeah, so I taught the last 4 years at St. Elizabeth across the street in 8th grade math and science. So I think one difference is just this is a bit bigger, and so I don't get to know all the students. I am really excited to meet everybody though, which before I would have known more people. So if you can say hi in the hallway, I'd love to meet people.
Ms Sheridan already has several things that she enjoys about East Middle School.
My favorite thing, I think, is the culture that I've seen is just really supportive of teachers with teachers and students with students and students and teachers. I've been really impressed with that culture here.
We also asked Ms Sheridan about her life outside of school, including her recent engagement.
Yeah, so his name is Kali. So next year I'll be Mrs. Kali, which is crazy. We met here in Traverse City, and he asked me to dinner, and then I guess the rest is history. I have my family. I grew up in Indiana, so my family's mostly there. I have 2 younger brothers. One is about to graduate from grad school, and one is a senior in high school, so he's a lot younger than I am. And we get along really well. One of our favorite things is to play euchre together and just have family movie nights like that. One of my favorite things is to go to the lake. I love lake days in the summer, just getting to swim and hang out with family. And I'm also learning to crochet, so that's another thing.
Finally, we asked about what else students should know about her.
First, care about you, students, and second, care about the math. So while it's cool that we problem solve, what I think is even more important is getting to know you and who you are and what's important to you. So I'm excited to be here and be in class.
This has been Zachary and Cameron reporting for Trojan TV.
That was really interesting to hear that Ms Sheridan has met some of the students before she even came to East, or should I say, Mrs. Kali.
Yeah, it is so cool to learn about new faces, but it is just as cool as hearing about some teachers who are a little more known around the school. Like Mrs. Justin, who has one of the coolest and most interesting secret talents.
What is it?
Guess.
I don't know, caricatures?
Wait, what? How'd you know?
I cannot reveal my secrets.
Well, anyway, it's so cool getting one done of you. She really works hard and it pays off in a big way.
That's really cool.
I know, and she does an amazing job on her caricatures. McKeely and I got a closer look into her talent.
Have you ever gotten that one kind of present that sticks with you forever? That feeling of seeing it, being in awe, and wondering, how did they make that? Well, Miss Justin creates those type of memories for people when she draws caricatures. They can be everlasting memories for people to view and enjoy forever. We talked to Ms. Justin about her very special and unique talent.
You know, I grew up in northeastern Ohio, about 8 miles from a small amusement park. And this is really kind of a cool story. My senior year of high school, my art teacher came to me and told me that they were hiring people to draw caricatures at this amusement park. And she told me that I should apply. And I just remember telling her, and in fact, I kind of blew it off for quite a few weeks because I thought, they're not gonna hire me. They're not gonna hire me for this. But she literally, she almost harassed me. She bothered me enough about it that I finally said, you know what, okay, they're not gonna hire me, but I'll go apply, just so you get off my back. And then lo and behold, they hired me. And I worked with that company for almost 10 years, through high school and college and a little beyond actually, and just learned a lot. It was super fun.
Well, you know, I tell people, there's not a lot of advantages to being 53 years old, but one of the advantages is that you've had a little time to learn a few things, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
While Ms. Justin is focused on drawing her caricatures, she uses a couple helpful and unique techniques to help perfect her drawings.
There are kind of some strategies is first of all, and people notice this after a while, is I have a certain order in which I draw facial features. And it's not to make them, it's not because they're all the same, because they're not. But what it does is then I don't have to, it's not like I finish someone's nose and then I have to think, what am I gonna do next? Because I know what I'm gonna do next. There's just a certain order in which I draw things on people's faces. And then secondly, as I draw, I'm aware not only of the line that I'm drawing, but of the entire space. It's kind of like you view the entire space of the paper as you draw. And that way you don't get any weird surprises. You don't run out of space or it's not off kilter. So those are just two things that you can do that I find are really helpful.
It only takes Ms. Justin 3 minutes to draw one of her special caricatures. She exaggerates special features in a person to showcase in the drawing.
People are so different. Which is what I love most about it, and what also makes it most challenging.
One of the things Ms. Justin enjoys about drawing caricatures is seeing the reactions on people's faces when she's done.
I love the look on people's faces when they see it. When we're finished and they get up and they look at what I've drawn. And just the expression on their face and the smiles and how they enjoy it. I literally have people who have stopped me on the street and they tell me that I drew them 20 years ago. I'm not exaggerating. And they tell me that it's framed and hanging in their house and they still enjoy it. It's so cool.
This has been Ethan and McKeely reporting for Trojan TV.
So that's why she always has the best drawings in class.
I know, they're so good, and she's so humble about it.
Yeah, she has some skills.
So, this year has been pretty hard on our staff, having to do in-person school with COVID. I mean, for us, it sometimes seems like it's not a huge deal, or it doesn't really affect us, but for most of our staff, COVID has created a lot of anxiety and uncertainty.
For sure. And while this has probably been one of the toughest years on record to be a teacher, some light is finally showing at the end of the tunnel. Teachers and TCAPs were smiling behind their masks and ready to pull up their sleeves at the Haggerty Center last Friday and Saturday for their first COVID-19 vaccination. Taylor and Emma were there to capture the momentous occasion.
Have you been exposed to anybody in the last 2 weeks that tested positive?
I have not. I am so excited. I know that sounds really weird, but who gets excited to get a vaccination or a shot? But this is just such a relief.
Hey everyone, it's Taylor Capser here at the Haggerty Center where our TCAP staff members are currently getting their COVID-19 vaccines. We are here with our superintendent, Dr. Van Wagner. So can you tell us a little bit about how this vaccine thing was organized?
Well, we can't say enough for our appreciation from the Grand Traverse County Health Department as well as Munson Healthcare, the National Guard that helped put this together. We really wanted to try hard to be able to do this on a Friday and Saturday so that our teachers would be able to come in and all of our support staff be able to get the vaccine. And knowing that they may have a little bit of, tiredness or weakness, some type of effect from the vaccine, especially the second round that'll happen in 3 weeks. So we were able to put this together, and again, NMC allowed us to have the facility, and so being able to put it all together took a group effort, and we're excited to be able to provide the vaccine to all of our educators under the 1B section of individuals that can have it. and we're just hopeful that we're able to do our part to fight and beat the coronavirus.
So how are you feeling about your vaccine today?
I'm very excited, and I'm very excited, and I'm very proud of our district for allowing us the time to do this.
I am so excited for this and relieved that this is the first step in starting to regain some normalcy and just getting everybody healthy. I am very thankful that our district gave us this opportunity to do this, and thankful for everybody that put it together here to make it so quick and organized. I'm just very impressed with the process.
All of the TCAP staff members here will be back in 3 weeks in order to get their last and final COVID vaccine. This has been Taylor Kapser reporting for Trojan TV.
Thanks, guys. I can see why staff are so excited about it. I mean, to think back to last February when all this chaos started, it seemed like getting a vaccination was so far away. I'm super excited this is happening for our staff.
Yeah, and even though we can't get the vaccination yet, with most adults getting it, we could maybe have sports, restaurants, and even have the Cherry Fest back before we know it.
And if you look back at history, there has never been a vaccination that came out this quickly. So this is a pretty big deal.
It's huge, and it's a great segue into our new series, This Day in History, which focuses on the history of vaccines.
Now, let's get into my favorite subject, sports. Super Bowl Sunday is almost here.
Jordy has the scoop in this week's sports update.
This week is one of the most watched sporting events in the world, the Super Bowl, as Patrick Mahomes and the deadly Chiefs offense tries to go back-to-back and beat Tom Brady in his 10th Super Bowl. Although Mahomes won the last Lombardi trophy, he still needs to beat the GOAT and his Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There are many interesting facts to consider when predicting the winner of this Super Bowl. One is that the Bucs are playing at their home stadium for the first time ever in Super Bowl history. Some might say that this gives them an advantage, but considering that the Chiefs beat the Bucs in Week 12, this might help them. Tom Brady will also be the oldest person to play in a Super Bowl, while Mahomes could break Brady's record as the youngest QB to go back-to-back and win Super Bowls. This is the first time Brady won the Super Bowl and Mahomes was just 6. No one would have predicted that 19 years later, Mahomes was going to play Brady for the biggest trophy in American sports. But just because Brady's a little bit older doesn't mean that it's a disadvantage. This will be pretty interesting to see how this plays out. Some other players to watch for are Tyreek Hill, wide receiver for the Chiefs, who has 15 touchdowns in 15 games, and Leonard Fournette, who has been in hot form in the playoffs for the Bucs and has 313 total yards of offense. From what I've seen in their games, this will be a battle of two potent offenses, and my prediction is that the Chiefs will just pull through in overtime. The game this weekend starts at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time on CBS, so be sure to watch the game and have a great weekend. Back to you, Ethan.
Thanks, Jordy, for the sports update. I'm pumped for the game this weekend.
Who do you want to win?
I want the Chiefs to win. I hate Tom Brady. What about you?
I don't really care who wins. I'm just there for the entertainment and the good commercials.
Another great reason to watch the big game Sunday night, for sure. Well, that wraps up this episode of Trojan TV.
You can find all of our videos on our YouTube channel, Trojan TV East, and follow our DMC staff on Instagram at EastDMC, and check out our extended news and feature coverage on our website, The Link, including this week's poll on who will win the Super Bowl.
See you next week after Tom Brady gets destroyed.
Bye.
Bye.